Hello, Divine Sunshiners. This is Divine Sunshine. Yeah, I'm your intuitive spiritual life coach. Here, yeah, still I haven't done the reveal and pull the curls at all, but just around the house, had to kind of do some schoolwork and things like that. So I said, let me come down here because I was watching Sonnet 1117. She did a great hyenas just like I had did that one time, and I was off for a month, but she said she was off for months, and I was wondering what was going on with her. I am going to put down that link for you to watch her YouTube. She talks about a lot of things that's happening as far as with this Libra moon that we just had, the energies dealing with that, ascensions, karma, karmics, their role and what they play, those things. So I'm gonna let you kind of listen to her thing because she's still doing this like the same thing like I have said, and which is pretty kind of controversial in the twin flame or community, which is that these karmics have their own soulmate. I've said that from the beginning, even with my DM and his situation with his karmic. I felt who that person is. I don't know if I was able to see and around what's happening in their circle, in her circle, I would be able to identify who this person is. I've said this all along that they also too have their own person counterpart that's divinely for them. You know, it doesn't matter whatever kind of way we say that these karmics are. That's right. I did the last reading say shaken, not stirred. So if I say this and this shakes you up, Archangel Zuriel says, "Speak your truth." I have been saying this all along about the karmics that with them, they serve their purpose. I can honestly even say, even in my situation, I can see how her presence has helped to make him accept who I am and to look and see my value and my worth before him going into the karmic situation. He was not able to hear me nor see my value nor see what I was bringing to the table until she came along. I would say even with me seeing, I think I talked to a reader one time and she had told me that, oh, I know why he's going into that situation, because so he can know the difference between, you know, you and her, you know, so he can understand your worth. It's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, you say it's so simple. And a lot of times, many of the karmics, the divine masculines or divine feminines, either ones that's in the karmic situation. Let's not paint all the time that the divine masculine is the villain all the time in this situation, in this journey that we're doing. That, you know, both of them, even if you're divine and you're in a karmic situation, they serve a purpose. Okay. I truly believe, and I guess this video I'm trying to see which way I want to go with this. Do I want to see what's happening with the month of May or wait to May? But I think karmics is pretty much on my thing. Is that you know, they serve their purpose, and it doesn't matter about I know many of the channels are talking about, you know, the voodoo and the black magic and the webs and all that stuff. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and play. I forgot to open this up. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and play with that thought. Okay, let's say that there is a darkness, that they play with black magic and they play with all these other kind of stuff like that. Either way it goes, if that is in existence, still you have to remember that who is in charge? God is in charge and all is well. Or the universe. If you don't believe in God, the universe is in charge. I think about the Bible verse where it's about, it's a Job, and how everything, he was very faithful servant and he got everything taken away from him. And, you know, God, you know, the lower consciousness that way said, you know what, let me mess with it, let me mess with him. He ain't, so I'm putting in my own Medea version of the Bible verse. You know, let me go ahead and mess with him. You know, I don't think he is as faithful as you think he is. And, you know, God said, okay, well, go ahead and test. Go on, you know, go and see what's happened with that, you know. And so then Job went through all the tests and things, you know, and Job, you know, got talked back to God, said, you know, why you didn't forsake me? How you didn't put me in this kind of position? You know, you got some nerve, have not done X, Y, Z, and whatever. And so God just like, you know, you know, the whole gist of the whole thing is, now I won't veer off and get too Mama Medea. And he was like, that ain't the same. We ain't talking about the same Bible character, but a biblical character. But the whole gist of it is, God returned and restored everything that he said, I was turned back to years of the locusts would have eaten. But anyway, even if I mixed up, he returned everything back to him. The gist of it is this, is that God gave permission for it to happen. Why did he give, or the universe gave him permission? Because he wanted him to learn a lesson, or to become a better or stronger in faith as a person. That's the same thing when you're talking about these karmic situations. No, it is not asking God, asking for you to have your heart broken or whatever it is. But if at the end it has you to serve, or it has you to pretty much come out with a stronger person at the end, or a better person, yes, he will give, the universe will give permission for these karmic situations or lessons to be learned. Karma is not always a bad thing. Karma is there to help clear out that crud, those things that have been dormant there, these bad principles or beliefs or things that you have adopted throughout the years, even lifetimes or past lives, and to come to help clear it out. And you know, that's the same thing. God gave, or the universe gave permission for this thing to happen, for you to be able to say, okay, it is time. I say this again when you all talk about them practicing black magic and things of that nature. It's going to come a time in which the universe is going to say, okay, enough is enough. Okay, whatever kind of so-called spell or hoodoo and voodoo or controlling of the mind things that you're going to have there. And again, remember again, who is God is in charge, and all is well. Who's in charge? The universe. After a while, that's why we having in the month of May this clearing out of these karma things to get rid of, because again, you know, the universe has a set agenda as to where he wants us to be, our divine unisouls, to be in a certain position at a certain time doing a certain thing. Him keep on allowing for this karmic energy to have a hold on you like this is not benefiting nor profiting the lesson of the program or the thing, the vision that the universe has in store for what he wants to happen for, or she wants to happen for the world. So again, you know, it can have so much power, but again, like I said, when we're talking about these forces that's going on, you know, I tell you, just like Santa Claus, if you believe in Santa Claus, then yes, he exists. If you don't believe in Santa Claus, guess what? He don't exist. So those of you all that say again about those, but she doing this, she playing mind games, she's manipulating, whatever. There's going to come a time in which the universe says, okay, that was nice. Playtime is over. Now let me get back. Let's get back on the route or the journey in which I have already had prepared. And it's all is still on that. Again, it's still riding the wave like light. It seems like you're off the path, but you're actually on the path. You're not off the path. And so those are the things that, you know, you have to kind of keep in mind when we talk about these karmic situations. Now, I do truly believe, I've seen in a lot of videos, that this May is coming up something karmically on that thing. It's going to be a great shift that's going to happen. I said May 5th. I think I said in a couple of videos behind. I don't know what it's going to be about. I was going to ask the cards and the angel, can they kind of give me a little idea, because a lot of them have said, even I watched Sonnet 11:17 was saying, you know, let's kind of anchor down, get yourself grounded, because this one is going to be an interesting doozy as to what to do. So I'm going to ask the angels, almost like a survival guide, like what to do with this, what this great thing of shifting that they saying karmically, as we cleanse and purge and get rid of all these karmic things because she was saying, like, at this point we're going to get pushed. This is going to start now all the way into the spring of 2020. This new surge and feeling of energies that's kind of happening, and it's going to cause an uprooter. Like I told you, like shaking not stirred. The Zuriel kind of pretty much gave us a heads up about that some things going to get shaken up, that it's got to make, like the cream rise to the top. It's like, really we separating the good, the bad, and the ugly right now, for us to be able really to make some new ways and head in the direction that the universe wants us to. Because again, you can't do that and you got this dead weight with the karmic, so you see, she was saying the same thing, that that's got to get rid of. The higher self is going to automatically, and the universe is going to conspire, and the higher powers, angels or whatever, they all the what you call divine intervention is really kind of getting together, conspiring, saying, if this is getting in the way of what we got planned, it's got to go. Rather, so some of you all might be in these karmic relationships that's might been going on for years and whatever like that, and she's like, you're gonna have to kind of get prepared, because again, if this is not going with the God's plan, as Drake says, a lot of things, that's karmic situations, person, place, or thing. So any of those things, you're going to kind of look up for like a little shake up going on. So that's again like a continuation from the last reading, shaken not stirred. So we're going to look into the karmic kind of things, and they blinked at me like, time up, stop talking, let's get to the thing. So okay, let's look at seeing what the angels are saying. Clear. Angels, what are you saying? Okay, you guide us to one angel that will kind of help us to really guide us in saying, is this one or two? Oh, okay. This is two. So we got two angels to guide us in saying about what's happening with this karmic situation. Okay. Wow. Ooh, you all in the throaty. You smoky. Okay, who are we looking at? I see two things going on here. Okay, Emerald Egg of Life and Light. The card of the emerald powers of nature and heart. I was about to say, please say you want to say no. And this other one, that's this one. And this is the Suite of Sacred Hollows. And this one here, Temple of the Emerald Seas, the card of the timeless crystalline pathway of healers. Oh, okay. I don't think we get an angel here, but they're telling us. Oh, look at that! And my hand going right to it. Wow. Okay, so let's talk about this egg. Whoa, yeah. And I use her in the morning too. So here we go. Here's some of the angels. So Emerald Egg of Life and Light. The card of the emerald powers of nature and heart. Links Pagiel, Priestess Sophia, Amabiel, and Achaiah. Achaiah, because that's Isaiah. That's right. Achaiah, Pagiel, Priestess Sophia, Amabiel, and Achaiah. I said it. Yeah. Achaiah. Thank you. You trying to help me? Yeah, y'all got some names. Y'all bad as some kids in the classroom. I'm not going to name the ethnicity. All that. Okay, Achaiah. Okay. Yes. This is the egg. I'm sorry. I'm just intrigued. I'm going to move on. This is the egg of the Bennu laid on golden flames perfumed with myrrh. The Bennu, a heron-like bird, appears from Arabia every 500 years. Like the phoenix, she is transformational. But while the phoenix tells of new challenges leading to a form of a rebirth in your daily life, the Bennu relates to the alchemy of the soul itself. For over 4,000 years, myrrh has been associated with spiritual development. Egg and myrrh can help you to dissolve heart or spiritual blocks. If I was you, I'd get you some myrrh incense and deal with that in the month of May. That's another thing. Since they're talking about like a transformation, imagine you are those has karmic situations that you're dealing with. Imagine you hold the egg within you. It's emerald fire linked to a mystical power of nature and sun. Starts off a process of transcendence through your heart, creating a column of emerald light that extends vertically through your body. You can choose to direct the energy from either or both ways. If you send energy down with love to heal Mother Earth's heart, she will return magnified emerald rays of healing light to free, illuminate, and expand your own heart. Direct the flow up through the crown instead, and you are choosing to set aside the lesser ego to send healing to all that is. When your head, heart, and soul make this transition and reconnection, your spiritual consciousness unfurls like an exploding emerald flower of life and light. So what you're actually doing, and I do this pretty much daily, and I also do this. I have a picture of myself and my divine unisoul partner together, and I send that through the picture through both of us. I see us doing the column of green light going through the top of, from the source all the way through either my head and his head, going all the way through the body, all the way down to Mother Gaia, anchoring that in, sending that in, and then flowing all that energy from Mother Gaia back up through us and going back up to the universe. Doing that. And I have a picture. Or you can just visualize. You don't have a picture, you can visualize seeing you and your divine unisouls just standing there side by side, and you sending it out. That's good for either if you're a twin or you're not a twin. That's good to help anchor you and your partner, so you all have healing light and you're on one accord. So right now it seems like to me it's just like the nature. It's like really getting with these karmic situations that's going on. It's like supposed to be really revved up starting like in May, definitely starting this week. Until then, someone said July. I heard somebody said to my heart said July. Really, and then we're gonna really get. I told you something about that July, Christmas in July. Like I said from the last reading, there's a connection with that, and then we're gonna stand all the way into fall, into Christmas. So that's your timeline. Do this process. Burn you some myrrh. Maybe once a week or whatever it is. Get you some myrrh incense. And do that. Matter of fact, I gotta go to my store and go get some more of that. Anchored. See yourself, picture yourself, you and your divine unisoul being anchored. Green light going all the way through the bodies. Both of you all going down to Mother Gaia, sending it all the way to the center of Earth, coming back up through your foot star, all the way up the chakra, all the way through your crown, back up. And so right now, that's kind of really like it's still in healing light to your heart. What it said again, your head. That's your crown chakra, your heart, and your soul, and helping it to make that transition. This is why these karmic situations are coming along, and they're coming now, releasing now, rather, is to make sure that we're transforming, and these karmic situations are being really shaken up. That it's helping us to be transforming into the true nature of whom we are, which is divine. Okay, so to me, when I look at this, it's like, I see fire underneath this to give birth to your newness, and really getting one with the source, the energy. Okay, and really healing in the process while all this stuff is going on. My heart is burning as I'm saying that. Okay, next thing is Temple of Emerald Sea, page 120. That's 114, the light worker number. 120. I'll put my hand right on this one. This Temple of Emerald Sea, the card of timeless crystalline pathway of healers. Let me show you the card here. Links are Roshel, Sanusemi, Metratron, and Shekinah. Okay, those are the ones that we're working with there. So also known as Temple Mar. This is the beloved temple guarded by Metratron and Shekinah. It is an etheric place of ultimate spiritual enlightenment, redressing the spiritual balance lost from our world, now being refound. So to me, when I read that, it's like this is the reason why the karmic situations got to start clearing now, because we're getting ourselves back in touch with this our beloved temple that has been lost in this world, which is now we're seeing a lot of these levels like 3D, 4D, 5D. We're bringing that down into where we are, and we're able to reside and see some of these dimensions, like 5D, right where we are. Like they say, as it is, so within, so without, so as it is in heaven, this is what we're doing. So this applies nature, animal kingdoms for the raising of vibrations levels to restore planetary harmony, involves healing for all souls and sentient beings, animals, vegetables, and minerals. The temple is a timeless place of healing in every aspect, and at the highest levels is hallowed ground, holds the pure harmonics of the creation of angels, light, color, and sound, linking to man's original Adam Kadmon DNA before the fall from grace. Now that's interesting that they're talking about that, because even in Sonnet 11:17, she was talking about right now we just really are the whole thing. Our body DNA is being changed and transformed. A lot of our clarity audience channels, our clarity channels, as I call them, your audience, your sentience, all those channels are getting cleared up. You might have leaking in the ears, like I have throat issues, that's getting cleared up. The throat chakra, a lot of the head activities, because I've had migraines and headaches, kind of forgetting words. Those things is because right now it's at the point it's like it's transforming and it's kind of switching over, like sometimes you see shifts on jobs, and like if you're like at the hospital, like the nurses say, I'm finished my shift, the next nurse is gonna come over, she's gonna take over my shift, so that's what we're doing now. So it's a lot of transformative. And as she was saying also that we're dealing with the upper chakras now. We're moving out that lower, we done did our work, we done did a lot of healing, purging, getting rid of, but right now we're dealing with the upper chakras right now. Okay, the heart, the communication, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, all upper stuff. Now this is where it's at. As far as that, through will and intent, you can find the way through the angelic blue star gate and open your heart to work with the temple's redemption program. So right now, again, they're saying that the heart chakra, she even said that, and this is what the cards is even verifying, that we're going to have a lot of heart chakra activity, a lot of opening up, she's saying, because a lot of us, our hearts is merging with our divine masculine, or our twin, or divine feminine. We got this twin merging is going on, rather you in contact with them or want to be or not, is happening, because that's the way the universe is now programming for everything. And then also the heart is like really linking and opening up on all dimensions. Like she was like the 4D, the 50, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, dimensions, is opening. She's like, I was sitting there saying, how much more can I love myself and love my twin and love the universe and love everybody in it? She said, but there's still room for that to happen. So that's what they're saying there. Once there, the high priest, seraphim angels, animal and nature divas will instruct you in wisdom of the mystery schools. These have operated often secretly throughout time to ensure excuse me, this wisdom was retained to be taught or remembered by those like yourself, whose sole purpose is, and ever shall be, tread the crystalline pathways of healing. So, they talk about the crystalline grid, do your grid work, get that together. So once you do all this stuff, so right now they got to karmically get rid of all this stuff, because it's a lot of opening, some wisdom, some knowledge, some things, and we got to kind of shake it off, this karmic situations, because that's acting as a blockade and an obstacle for you really to tap into where you really actually need to go and where you actually need to be. Rather, it's the universe pushing you there, or really, again, it's like, you know, you got some extra, it's like you just got baggage on you and you can't really kind of get through to where it is. It's one of these cards that's here like this, like, what is the one that's like, pay attention to the red flags, and you got all that extra stuff. I bet you I can't find that. You got all this extra stuff on you. Is this it? That would be good to be true. You got all this extra stuff that it's just like I can't really get to. It's just like me this plastic here, and I want to get to this thing. I gotta come out the package for me to really be able to touch. And I didn't open it up. For that to actually happen. So they gave us a name of a lot of angelics to deal with, bodies. So Pagiel, Priestess Sophia, I worked with her, Amabiel, and Achaiah. I got it this time, Achaiah. Okay, and then you have Roshel, Sanusemi, Metratron, and Shekinah. Those are the ones that they're saying work with these angels. Again, if I kind of remember, I will do that. So, okay, let me write this down, and I'm going to be diligent so I can remember to do that. But I like this out so it can be markers to remind me. I got to post it. Hold on 1 second. Let me put this post-it so I can remember here. The angels to work with. Okay. So I'll put that when I do the description, try to type those down. Okay, so now, those are the ones. Where's the thing I got? Oh, it's right here. Like, duh. Those are the ones that we have to work with. Okay, so now, I did this already. All right, so now let's kind of look into, we got 2654. Okay, 2654. Let's kind of look at ask these angels here. This is we got really a team of angels. This is a weird thing. So, you know, kind of tell us what are some things that we really need to be working when we're talking about this karmic energy, you know, as us as divine feminines. What do we need to surrender? Let's look at that. I'm just going to go down the line. Clear. And what they say for the divine feminine. What do we need to surrender when we talk about these karmic situations for the divine masculine? Okay, this came out before. Okay. Clear. Thank you. Okay, so for divine feminines, according to this, our team of angels, that's so funny and say, ain't nobody fresher than my clique. So we got a clique of angels, so we got a clique here that's helping us. So now, surrender. They're saying in order for you to surrender worry, you need to, in this karmic situation that you got to surrender your worry, divine feminines. If you're in these karmic situations, again, that's person, place, or thing. Let's not just leave it just to person. You know, it could be anything. The job could be karmic. Where you live could be karmic. Anything. Make a commitment not to lead any anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them in out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. And how you're going to get out of that is for you to be dealing with your goddess of magic power, where you are able to really to create something out of nothing. Okay, so you've got to really work on your manifestation power, because you're worrying about something and you really have the ram in the bush in dealing with this. And that's funny, it's got the three, which is Trinity, which is Isis, so spirit, soul, and body. Get that, all those things in alignment. And remember that if you bring both of your stuff, you're talking about being whole, with you having your divine masculine and divine feminine self. You create that third energy. That's also what that is. The Trinity is too. So rather it's with you in the divine masculine in person, or in, you know, right there in the physical, or we're talking about just you becoming whole with yourself, which is the star you're supposed to start with in the first place. We're talking about how you could be able to really get rid of those worries so you can be able to make way to really be able to create this magic, this energy that you need to do. Another thing, divine feminine, especially when you talk about these karmic situations, because some of them, they have a hold on you, make you think, well, this is it. I can't financially get out of this situation with him, or I can't get out this financial situation with this job, because this is about it. I don't know if there's any other jobs out there. I don't think I'm very qualified for that, or I don't have enough money. I've been living with my parents, to go out there, jump out there and find me another living situation. Rent is high. How I'm going to do that? So you got to kind of get out of that worry things or these karmic situations that's going on that's holding you back from you really truly being your greatness. Another thing you got to do is surrender your attachment to results. I just talked about that. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. Then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Just release it, not like, oh my God, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Stop using your manifestation powers to create more obstacles in you getting exactly what you want or your desires, okay? So right now they're saying in order for you to do that, to help you to surrender, you got to rebirth. You got to be like the phoenix. You got to burn up those old beliefs and give birth to something new, or to a new creation of who you are as a divine feminine. Okay, so you got to get yourself really rooted and grounded and watch it. I see several things that's being shown here. I see the solar plex here represented, which means you got to get stand in your power. And then I also see your sacred, which is how you relating to others, how you relating to the world, how you relating to yourself. Something else is picking up, is saying some inner child work, kind of work with that also, because that's really the root of what help you to start to understand relationships in your childhood. And then also, you got to get rooted in what's going on here as well. So that's what it's saying by surrender to your attachment to results. If just let the universe go ahead and guide you and put you where it is, because sometimes the universe could come up with a better result than you sitting up there picturing and imagine it to happen one way, and the universe said, well, we had really a better ending for you, happy ending, than what you even thought of. So surrender and let that happen. For the divine masculine, excuse me, the nose is real clearing out here the sinuses. Surrender to wonder and awe. This came out before for the divine masculine. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy and flow. So especially what we're talking about. Yeah, that's funny. This card came out and I didn't even look at it. Especially what we're talking about, these karmic situations. Karmic situations can feel like a prison, and you've got to be able to, even when you're in these situations, to really still find the beauty in it all, in being right there in the midst of this thing that's happening. So like this karmic situation, person, place, a thing, wanting to get out of it, want to get out of this relationship, out of this marriage that you already know in your heart say this is not working, or getting out of this job that you like, what, all I'm doing is just punch it in. It's a 9 to 5. It just make sure I got food on my table, clothes on my back, but I ain't got no passion about it. Or, you living in a place that you say it's about time for me to move here. The neighborhood is bad, but I keep on saying to myself, with my money and when I'm working with my paycheck, this is the best that I could do. Okay. So you have to really think of moment and sense the awe and wonder in all life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. This is going to help you get in touch with your emotional side too as well. Divine masculine, because again, we're coming into this year again, and I've seen her using also Sonnet 11:17 saying that we're getting into, and somebody else has seen that in their videos, we're getting to the point, we're getting into, it's going to be the divine feminine. We're going to be in divine feminine power. That's rather, even if you're in the male body, you're going to be really, that divine feminine is going to be in you. Like, hey, so right now the divine feminine is really anchoring down for both sides for the twins, for the divine unisoul collectives doing that. And so it's really going to be the year of right here. Definitely, they say towards the end of the galactic year, which starts in July. That's why I told you, watch it. We starting in in May. Gonna ramp up just like a roller coaster. July is like ooh, and then we're gonna be taking off from that point on and riding the wave until I believe right in December it's gonna be kind of like you either coming right back around to the starting point where we started the roller coaster ride, or we either saying we staying on and we're gonna take the ride again, and it's gonna be a whole different type of ride. So that's what we're looking at. So definitely surrender to the all. Why? Because again, that came up, and I picked that up with the divine feminine, but it's saying it's also for you. These abandonment issues, these things of when you were a child, being abandoned, especially when you in these karmic situations, is helping you to be able to deal with these abandonment issues. And so, right now, first thing I would think that to me, it might show up again with, let's say, even a relationship. That would be the top thing you would think of. So if you're in a relationship, especially like, okay, I don't want to abandon. I probably have to think about that. Is that obviously in the gentleman or some other thing? Oh. Or it could be Tina Turner, What's Love Got to Do with It. You see in some of them movies, they're like, I don't want to leave them because I know how I feel to be left. And, I'm going to hang on in here because I got abandonment issues. I don't want to do that because my daddy left me. And so I don't want to turn and leave this karmic person. But at the same time, I know my heart ain't there. I'm really there. My heart is with the divine feminine. Okay. This is here. These karmic situations, either you're going to let it go or the universe is going to come along and just slap it out your hand and say, I'm sorry. This don't serve us. Earthly good. It don't serve us in the way. Matter of fact, it's in the way of what we got planned. So we're going to have to move that to the side. And, I know it's going to hurt for a while because some of these, all of the karmics, now you want to hear this, it's not all evil and bad. Some of them, is still there for a lesson. Some of these divine masculines, you truly do have a pretty much a linkage or a real kind of relationship of a bond of you two together that is gonna be a little hard for some of you all that because like she even said in her video, some of them is like family, which I agree. That some of them they've been friends for a long period of time. Like every time I think of, they got a kind of rhythm to each other. Sometimes you in those kind of situations, that's just about all that's just like somebody who held hostage for a while, for a long period of time, after a while, or somebody incarcerated. After a while I was watching, what is the Shy, and the man was like, listen here, she's like, well, okay, you up for you free. And he like, ma'am, I honestly don't want to get out the jail. And she like, excuse me, this is his lawyer. He like, nah, he said, cause I think I do better up in here than I do on the outside. I'm just really scared about what's going to happen that's going to be out there because I didn't do so well out there on the outside. And so that's the same thing. Some of you all divine masculines, you in these relationships for a long period of time that you're scared to say, I don't know if I really know how to function without all this drama. I didn't learn how to really survive and know how to, it's a certain kind of way that, I didn't became immune to it. I didn't get used to it. And this is like first, like a person just getting off of crack, You see here a lot of people that here lately. It's been a lot of movie stars. They was talking about. Somebody was talking about. Oh, we was talking about Amy Winehouse and how she had cut cold turkey off the drugs, and then how her body just said just collapsed, and then she just transition. It's the same thing. It's like, oh my God, if I get off of this, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to function. In some of these abandonment issues, some of the divine masculines and are in some ways addicted to the drama, because why? That's what they have been accustomed to. You have grown up with that, and that's all is the drama, and so that causes an issue as far as with the abandonment, that goes hand in hand with it. You know, drama, abandonment, you know, you holding on and you looking for love in all the wrong places. Some of them, not all of them, but this is what I'm saying. But this is the overarching thing generally for this karmic situation, and why it's got to go and be swept out is because we got to deal with these abandonment issues, and we got to be able to see more of the wonder in the awe divine masculine in life, because this is blockading you. Wonder in life about just love in general, getting passionate about the job, being passionate about being in love and being in a healthy relationship with a divine feminine, and knowing that you're worthy of being there, or not being scared that they're going to abandon you. Okay, that's that. Let's look at some situations. Clear. Can you tell me what's happening? Maybe some situations going to happen as far as with this karmic, whatever they say, event for the divine feminine and for the divine masculine. Thank you. Whoa, Jesus Christ, that's a lot. Okay, you know, I'm just going to kind of whiz through this. Okay, for the divine feminine, some events that's happening for this karmic period, starting in May. Events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happen at once. So whatever is your wishes that you've been wanting, I'm seeing here, I got this wand here, which is, we talk about fire, some action, something that you really been grinding and rooting. You look like you've been really working on all your chakras on, because I'm seeing all these different colors being represented. And you didn't really put all different kind of wands and things of that nature in stake. Like you, like, I staked my claim, I invested in it. And I see grass here in your heart chakra. It's some mysteries and some places that you really don't are unknown right now, but you just know that this is the destination that you want to go to. Whatever it is unknown, these events, but there's things you're moving towards it. Is this really? Is I see mysteries really in the background, and I'm seeing that, you know, some things have not been revealed to you, but underlying you feel this newness, and you know whatever it is, it's gonna be good. Okay. Also, divine feminine, when we're talking about okay, when we talk about it, they say the highest sense of hearing. Also, Queen of Water, tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationship developed to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. With this common situation, this common, I want to say this period or whatever, this event that's going on, or these changing karmically, at the end of it, you're going to be finding yourself like this wholeness and bringing together. That's going to be a newness. And we've been having this theme of newness, period. But there's going to be a new development in relationship, taking you high. Now, the relationship could also be with self. The relationship could also be with the actual divine masculine, or either, if you want to say, even soulmate. And it's also saying how you relate with the world, and your soul family, your friends, all that. It's going to be a new level, because you're coming from a point of your heart chakra is opening more, and you're becoming more tender-hearted, more empathetic, more patient and loving because of what's going on. And you're going to really find yourself really caring for others, and you're going to trust your intuition, because, again, like I said, we're working with the upper chakras, and all these things are happening for you, especially in your emotions, divine feminine, that, you know, it's going to really help you. This intuition is going to help you, lead you into this newness that's going on, especially what we're talking about karmically, too. This might be feel like it's kind of like it's karma and the month of May kind of twisted in. So this is what we kind of looking at. Yeah. Also, we have here for the divine masculine, you got several events going on here. So for the divine masculine, we have 10 of air. So you got a lot of kind of mind things going on. I like how the good tarot don't call air conflict, but it's got a lot of mind things going on here Then you got a lot of physical world things going on, and you got to end with some action. So let's look and see what's going on with this karmic or this period of May that's going on for you. So 10 of air, the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change, expects things to get better now, recover from an addiction. What did we just say there? This card right here says for the divine masculine, addiction also could be also codependency issues that is also linked with the karmic situation. So this card right here said this is going to be happening here for the month of May and during this karmic situation, because you're going to end things, you're going to embrace the change, and you're going to be able to at that point see something new occurring. Because anytime I see like the dark brown ones look like to me, you're going to leave that karmic situation and karmic people alone in the background, and you're going to start hanging more with the divine collective, with the divine masculine, kind of leveling up with that, and the divine feminine. When it also has the Knight of Air, intelligent, decisive, idealistic, tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. So it's going to be some great changes. You're going to really be in your night thing, which is like you really saying, I'm fighting in battle, especially I'm saying about this mind, and some things conflicting about some ideas coming to you. However, that's why you say the conflict is these options. You're going to have a lot of options at this point, like a kid in the candy store, like, where do I begin now? Because this is like I got a new leash on life. And so you got to creatively find the way, solutions, how to get out of that situation. Because even if some kind of way, you know, life has you, let's say you in a marriage or the job, let you go, and you say, well, you know, I'm upset, but deuces anyway to that job, because I don't want to be at that damn job. No way. It was nothing but just 9 to 5. Like I say, I was just clocking in, clocking out. It was a paycheck, but I had no passion and no love for it. You're going to have to find out. You're going to see it's like a lot of things like, now I got time, I could do this. Now I got time, I could do this. Now, but there's a lot of solutions, but a lot of options. But I got to see which way I'm exactly going to go. For this, we have for male also 5 of earth, fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. Like I said, I went about the job. You might say juices to the job. Say, I like the job. Now you sitting there saying, well, now after all of this, they done let me go. Or I done found the courage to let the job go. Now what I'm going to do? I ain't got no damn job. So now you saying, okay, now you got to figure out money-wise what you're going to do. And you're uncertain about your employment. But you got to remember, at this time, you know, since the universe, this is how I look at it. If the universe allowed this to happen, guess what? The universe got the solution. You know, because that same thing, like I said, okay, God, for my summer, I said, okay, you know, we don't get paid during summer. And you seen that my tax income check wasn't all that fat. And so now what I'm going to do to last from June all the way until until September, you know. So I'm like, okay, God. I said, well, you must got a reason to understand, because you wanted to allow this to happen. So you must got an answer to how we going to get out this situation. You know, you going to bring me the money. So you just release it and let it go. Divine Masculine. That's the way how I feel about it. That's it, you know. But you, at least right now, you got peace of mind. You know, God will supply. God is in charge and all is well. Okay. 6 of earth. Gifts of money, time, or effort. New career opportunities. Receiving a loan or pay off debts. Okay, so now somebody, this divine masculine here is talking about you want is this job is pretty much an issue for you. I'm seeing this kind of strong. This is kind of reading through the cards. So one of the divine masters, your karmic situation is this job thing. Also, those of you all that's in these karmic situations of places and relationships, the money can also, it's going to be given to you. The universe is going to supply you these things. And you're also going to find a new opportunity for a career. After you get rid of this karmic situations. Now again, I done told y'all before, y'all got to get rid of it. I can't put nothing else up in here until I get rid of this, and then I can put something else in it. The karmic situation has got to go. I know it's going to be scary. I know that, you know, but these things you got to do. You got to let it go. And receive a loan or pay off debts. So you might have to kind of get a loan, Some of this friend that they talk about might help you out too as well to get you out of this debt situation. The universe is going to say yes. You might have tried before getting loans beforehand. Time wasn't right. You wasn't really needing it because you're going to need it and then still be wrapped up in the same karmic situation. And the universe said we was waiting for you to let it go. Now we can reward you with this good because all that was going to do with you still being that karmic situation was just go on down the tubes. Okay. So now, next thing, 4 of fire, contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. These are some very good cards, Divine Masculine. So good, come from a place of being scared of everything. You was dealing with these abandonment issues. You had some addictions issues. And to go from this change of the difficulty, so with this karmic situation, whatever the period span that it ends, each person's time period is different. But I can guarantee you it's going to start in May and it's going to end in December. Now, when your release time, like I said, from karmic, whatever debt or jail or whichever way you want to put it, is going to come. It depends on your work. Depends on what you've been doing. You know, what the universe says that if it's time. But this looks mighty, 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 mighty good that you're going to do. It's going to be a little shaky in between, but you're going to really, at the end result is this action, which is contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. This is wonderful. This is due to really teamwork, make the dream work. That's divine feminine. You doing your job on your end. You know, rather it's your end. The thing is for you to be with the divine masculine or not, but still with your energy and whatever you working on yourself still benefits the two of you all. Remember again, like I told you, you're just like again the infinity sign. Whatever you do on your side, you send it over to them, and they bring it back, and they send it back to you. So again, it doesn't matter if you want to be in it physically or not. It's still you are connected, and you're still a team. Whatever you work and you doing your thing, is still kind of working for it's still working for the both. Ain't no kind of, it is working for the both of you all. You can say, nah, I don't want to, or whatever. Physically, you know, I'm, you know, happy or whatever, divine feminine, doing what you're doing at this time, you know, but like I said, it seems like, you know, you can't trump over what the divine really has planned for you, you know. So if the divine feels that, you know what, I think it's time for these two to get back together, that would happen, okay? Especially if you're doing the work. So don't say, I'm going to stop doing work because I won't see him. No, you're going to stop your own growth and do that. I think somebody's talked about that, you being the divine feminine. You can do that. You can go ahead and do your mission work and your purpose. Females, the divine feminine can do it with a highly evolved soulmate, but the divine masculine can't do that. He can't go ahead and do his mission with a highly evolved soulmate. It don't work that way. Interesting. Don't ask me. I don't profess to know the ins and outs on that, but that's interesting. Pretty much to know. Okay. I handled you. These two, I don't know. Let's talk about in love, because I know that's what we want to see. Clear. Okay, for the divine feminine. And for the divine masculine. Okay. Need clarifiers. Clear. That's a story. Okay, that's it over there. Okay. here. Okay. We got for the divine feminine, we have two, both of us got two cards. So divine feminine, we have children in reverse. Your love life is being affected by children. I get kind of fork and roads of several things. This can be about actual children. The issue when we talk about love life karmically is about this children, about your loyalty, the loyalty, get standing in authority, and how you being nurtured. That could kind of go back to abandonment, just like what it is shown was the divine masculine. This could go back into childhood as well, dealing with those things, because we're talking about how, to me, when I look at this, how it is affecting the present, the here and now, what's going on now. And then it's also affecting the soulmate relationship too, when we talk about love. So karmically, this is the lesson that's got to learn about this is this karmic situations really is coming here to help move some of those issues that we got as far as in love, as far as children. It could be also physical children as well. That some of them might be coming kind of learn you some lessons through either that your children or the karmic's children or whatever it is. Those two things really helping you to understand what's happening now in the present and how that relates as far as you, as far as this, the soul mate, because it's helped triggering with you. Really, let me see what they had for the surrender for you was this issue with these attachments to results. Okay. And surrender worrying. I'm just going to throw it out there. Some of you all kind of worried about also about this children and how it affects if they have children, about them, if they would separate from the divine masculine, would separate from the karmic thing, or you also wondering, are you going to have children with the divine masculine? And, you know, in some ways it's saying, you know, with that, we talk about in the present day is the possibility with that, and it's saying, especially with you all getting to this, it does play a part of you all in your soulmate, to me, soulmate thing of coming together in this life, of being partners for life. But that's a little small portion of it. What I feel like I'm kind of getting off the thing, is really about how this children, of how you were a child and how the nurturing, the loyalty, and the respect played a big part as far as you in the now, and this soulmate, which to me again would be the twin cards, plays a part now. And that's why karmically this issue has to kind of, has come to kind of needs to be cleared up, because we're trying to heal some of those childhood issues. Again, this thing about deception, someone is wearing a false mask, self mask in this, a false self mask in this relationship. Again, these karmic situations come along in order to get rid of that falseness, you really being your true person, your true identity, which is divine. It's been a lot of round around with this, and with this round around here is like an end of a cycle. Need to end that karmically. That's why this is coming along as well. You have also, and I see 2 and the 5 there, which is 7, which is spiritual completion. With the divine masculine, we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualization help bring you together. Some kind of way, you know, I always even felt that with my divine master. Some kind of way he had prayed for me. I think he had got to a relationship, he got tired of something. And I do feel within my hearts of hearts that he is like, you know, I want somebody that's X, Y, and Z. And I fit everything that he had prayed for and asked for. Then the karmic situation came, but I think the karmic situation again came to help him to understand that this is what you asked for. You're really worthy of having that type of relationship that you prayed for. And, you know, what you thought you had wanted really isn't that. And I see the regeneration card here, which is, again, regenerating that idea of that ideal mate that he had in the first place. He had been before bouncing around floating around a sea of love, not having direction, but this time really having a direction as to where he wants to go emotionally. He wants to really go the distance now with this karmic situation being kind of like uprooted and moved out. That's why that's happening as well. That fork in the road feeling, letting that to kind of disappear, not being in existence. That is why that is kind of happening with this karmic situation, why it came about and why it has to move and go. And then the fates of me being in the karmic situation was not allowing to it. The fates allow, were not allowing for the things, the stars to line and to line up by being in this situation. So that's why the karmic situation has to move out. You have, and right now, this needs to really get to a point that he's given an honest chance, because like I said in the beginning, I believe that really with being in the karmic situation for the divine masculine, you really weren't really thinking about giving it an honest chance. You was kind of playing around with it, toying around with it, but you weren't really serious. Now you coming from these karmic situations, you seeing that, you know, really the value of being with the divine feminine. You see who she really is, that she's really divine. She wasn't playing any kind of tricks on you. She wasn't too good to be true. And so with that, you feel that now getting rid of this karmic situation, you'll be able to breathe again. As John like, breathe again, breathe again. Oh, I shall never breathe again. Now, you being in a karmic situation, you would not be able to have a leg up on any type of situation. You would be right there. Letting go of this karmic situation will give you a leg up. You have been playing things by the book. You're saying, okay, I've been abandoned. I don't want her to feel abandoned. I'm going to stay in here. I'm going to make the best I can out of this situation, although my heart is not in it. If your heart isn't in it, why didn't you let me know? If your heart wasn't in it, I would have been gone long ago. Okay, so she would have been gone long ago. So if your heart isn't in it, you playing things by the book, that wasn't going to, why keep me hanging on, you know? So now it's time you linking things and you saying, you know what, it's time for me to kind of just let it go and not play things by the book, because you know you have been questioning, pretty much internalizing about spiritually, like, you know what, why am I really, really happy in this situation? Why don't I feel really like this is the answer that to my prayers that I've been praying for? You know, something ain't right here. And so really also by being in this karmic situation, it kind of helped to reveal some things spiritually, some things that you probably pretty much known. And about the abandonment issues, I'm picking this up. They're saying, you know, you got some understanding about, maybe a better understanding about why the father left. You know, now you being the father yourself, you can see, well, you know, maybe, you know, I wasn't the best person in this situation for me to stay the way I am. You know, I think it's best that I kind of leave. So you might have a little bit more sympathy and empathy about what went on and why that parent or that person left you as well. Okay. Some things that has changed, clear, for the divine feminine, that came out first. Things that have changed for the divine masculine. Now, family changes came in reverse. I'm thinking in some ways it really emphasizes about your connection to family as well, although with the divine masculine. I wasn't on here too good anyway. Let's see if I forget. Trust that you and your family are entirely, okay, this card comes to you with the announcement of a change in your family. You needn't worry about the shift because it unfolds with divine blessings. Trust that you and your family are entirely watched over and protected by God and the angels, and this change only arises because it is the free will or choice of those involved. Your role is to keep steady prayers that everyone chooses the path of God's love. Then release your prayers with faith and love. If you need to take action, God will clearly guide you. Okay, this is if you need to action, God will clearly guide you and support you. While change can seem threatening, in the long run it always works out for the best. And so it is with your loved ones. Truly, this change will bring you closer together and bond you in new ways. Okay, so some of you are divine feminines. You might have a pregnancy, a change in living situation, a divorce or separation, a life transition, health concerns, and marriage. That's what I was feeling about. It's just, to me, that came in reverse to really say, they emphasize that this is really, really, really going to happen over this period, talking about this with this karmic situation. Okay, so it's changing. You're going to get addition. Somebody might transition. You might divorce, change where you live. Marriage might be in there, and some health concerns as well. So, yeah. I really feel that that's what's going to be changes for you, divine feminine. From the divine masculine, you got some things here that's going to change. Leaving. This came in reverse. I mean, really, really emphasize you are going to be leaving. Wherever this situation, whether it's this job, you with this karmic, living with the karmic, you leaving this place that you don't want to live no more, you will definitely be leaving, okay? That's a plus during this period. It said in an era where things you known to be true, the way you lived, this period of thoughts and ideals and idealisms and philosophies and beliefs, it's going to come to an end as well. Okay, with this is why this karmic situation is coming. Ending and crumbling and shaking up is happening. Adult children. Some of these adult children that you're probably involved with, rather it's yours or the karmic's children, that's going to be changed as well. Okay, with that, look like the way you communicate and how you intimacy. You probably going to communicate some truth, because I see this is blue, very much so, and the orange there. Really is how you relating to them, your intimacy, how you connected to them. So, and you also could say, we was talking about the little child, your inner child too, as well. That inner child will probably during this period become mature and grow up. And so you're going to do the work to make that happen for your inner child as well. So that might be releasing the abandonment issues and that. And then changes in relationship dynamics. Because again, if you're doing that healing work, healing that inner child, you're dealing with and getting rid of all this other stuff. So relationship dynamics are going to change. Okay, that could be in the form of, it could be divorce. Just making sure. Moving your relationship in a healthier direction, a healed relationship with yourself, individual or marital counseling, a new person entering the picture, changing the dynamics of other relationships. So a new person. So that makes sense to me, right there. That is that. We at the 108. I don't want to be too long. I thought it was going to be on that one. Let me just ask my little cards here real quick. Can you tell me? I didn't need them. I didn't think I did. Can you tell me clear what's going to be with these for the divine feminine about these changes? How is it going to look? A mature man. This to me, when I see this, represents the divine masculine. So you're going to have, or you can say, I heal myself, I don't want it. You're going to have the mature man could be a soulmate, a highly evolved soulmate, walk in, because he's got highly evolved means he's got the knowledge, he's worldly, he's very really firm and pretty grounded in whom he is. He's not kind of anything can come there and make him unstable. So that was that. With all these cards here, the leaving, the relationship dynamics, adult children, end of the era and leaving, what is that going to look like for the divine masculine? Okay. Yeah, right. First thing came out, poverty. It's gonna be a little bit because you're gonna make some changes, and I won't say poverty like you not know money, but you're gonna have to work really hard. You're gonna have to almost start from scratch. Okay, I'll be honest, and that's probably why you say I'm scared. That's why I won't get rid of the daggone karmic situation, because I'm gonna start from scratch. Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to start from that, like starting from the bottom. Now we're here. Especially I see a child here, getting rid of that, getting kind of that, growing that up, saying, okay, we got to do the work. We got to get rid of some things. We got to just really start from scratch, start with the newness. Again, it's going to be a lot of toil and labor, especially emotionally, because this is a girl here getting some things together. Divine masculine, that's how it's going to look during this karma situation. And then you got the community card. However, to me, that's like really coming together, but you're going to really become one with your divine collection, DM collectives. You're also going to, your soul family is going to have your support and your back in doing this. This is what I'm picking up. Let me look at community too. Oh, was that you? This is you. Number 39. Yeah, the card describes all people with whom you feel a connection, family, relatives, friends. That's right. Any like-minded person. It may also describe groups, unions, like that, and association in question about partnership matters. It describes a harmonious relationship. Okay, we don't need to keep on going on beyond that. This card indicates having good people around you, family, true friends, loyalty, cooperation group. Yeah, I believe that that's going to happen too. You're going to end up, but you're going to do all that hard work. They're going to see you, and you're going to be surrounded by a good support system. That's really true, because really coming out this karmic situation, that goes for the divine feminine and you divine masculine, is going to really be able to kind of separate the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, who really for me, or who up here just playing around like they here for me, and as soon as, like they say, as soon as the money dry up, they gone. Well, then you a fair weather friend. I won't be no fair weather friend. I'll be here till the end, even through storm weather. Time and time again, no, be no fair weather friend till the end. Yeah, okay, so you get it. Johnny Gill. So ain't gonna be no fair weather friends gonna be around you, and that's good, because you've been surrounded, divine masculine, by a lot of fair weather friends, even fair weather mates as well. Some of you all, I didn't say all of you all, but that's it. I don't need to blow you out. I want to talk to this one right here. Okay, what I said about the past life, it did tell me I needed to bring that clear. What did this karmic situation as far as past lives have to do? For the divine feminine, and then I'm out. And for the divine masculine. Baby. Okay. Now we talked about some children up in here for you too. So healing. The baby, and lessons and blessings. Now I can say this baby represents you becoming new, like giving birth to some newness, as well as a symbolism, but it also could be about something that's going on with having children. Attachments to results. Some of y'all might have some infertility or some fertility issues. Community again. Yes, again, friends. Becoming divine, becoming part of it. Interesting. Where's that purpose card at? Past life, baby. Okay, this situation you're inquiring about involves an infant on some level. Your unconscious mind will reveal the way in which a baby plays a role in your current life. You may have already received the answer in the form of a thought of feeling. Trust this information as you unconscious mind will slowly, gently help you remember and release painful memories. At first, you may think you're imagining this information, but as you put together more pieces of the puzzle through science and additional recollection, you'll feel confident in claiming. This card can speak about you as a baby in this or previous lifetimes. There may have been a trauma that you suffered as a baby or that involved a baby of yours in this lifetime. It also may describe parenthood in this or previous lives. Your feelings and thoughts will guide you so that you can discern the specific meaning. And then the community card came out with that. So divinely. Wow. Seriously? Okay. Clear. Describe the community. What does that have to do with a baby? Vanity. So again, it would seem like if we say vanity, that means to come back to be more pure, more childlike, not with all these other issues coming along. That's why you got to remove some of that karmic situation. And complacency, which means just like moving and just like I'm just here but no movement, but you want this newness when we talk about this karmic situation. So it's coming along to kind of move you and push you into your greatness. I got you. Okay, and then also, but that baby means something else. Somebody might be watching this, know that maybe you could let this baby situation they had, maybe you had a baby, didn't abort the baby, or either you couldn't have the baby, or something happened with you as a child as a baby, and you letting that kind of issue that happened you karmically stop you from propelling yourself into your greatness. Okay, so that's one thing. For the divine masculine, we have farm. And we have Egypt, okay, past lives. That's interesting. Your past life on the farm is influencing the situation you're inquiring about. Perhaps you enjoyed a simple, happy life and you crave that simplicity once more. You may have enjoyed the warmth of an extended family during your farm life. Your angels may also be nudging you to become self-sustaining by growing your own foods. Now that's about you, about this job again. So that's funny, this farm is coming up again because remember we talked about the farm, you being self-employed and having your own thing. And so you most likely carry forward your green thumb ability to grow plants. So that means you have the ability to grow things, even spiritually, like, you know, make things manifest. You know, you're kind of nurturing nature. Also, this card may be asking you to reconnect with animals and nature. If you have past life accident involving farm equipment, this may carry forward to an unexplained injury in this life. You've also had relationships in that life that you've played out in this one. Your body will tell you which situation fits you. Okay, now we on some past life with this karmically. So, baby, okay, some issues, farm life about you growing, some injuries that happened with you in nature. Naturally, kind of, you know, how you go about living. You like the simpler life. That's why you kind of really like sticking in this karmic situation, because you just don't want to rock the boat, like going back to checking Doc's third, because you really want that simple life, and that's what's made you kind of stay in the karmic situations. But, you know, again, like I said the last reading, you can't sit there and be, you know, you're going to have to shake some things out. That complacency of just sitting there, this is not going to work, okay? And then Egypt, last one, and then I'm going to do what your higher self is saying, and this is a wrap, because I didn't mean to be this long. But I felt I needed to do this. Egypt. Here we go. Egypt. This card signifies past life in Egypt, which relates to your present situation in question. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often buried in a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Fortunately, you can access and heal the issues like gardening. You can eliminate vestige of the past by pulling them out by their roots. If you draw in this Egyptian culture or travel, You must likely had a positive experience in your lifetime there. You may wish to explore the belief systems of Egypt to tap into ancient memories. Much of Egyptian spirituality involves astronomy, astrology, so stargazing can also help you trigger insights and recollections. On the other hand, if the thought of travel to Egypt is frightening to you, or you have negative feelings about its culture or spirituality, you may have deep-seated fears associated with your lifetime there. This is fairly common, as many traumas occurred in this land in the ancient times. Working with a qualified past life therapist or regression audio can help you release and heal old toxins. So whatever it is that you have there is really ancient, stemming back, and which is not helping you to heal. Maybe there's abandonment issues, or being fearful about this letting this job go and really going on your own. That stems from some of this past life issues as well. And so you got to really kind of look back into the past, see what you're growing, seeing what you're sowing your seeds and growing at this time. That's another spiritual overlay that I would say would be about why these past lives cards was drawn. The Spirit just told me to do that. So somebody said they needed to hear it. I don't know who it is, but they say they need to. So let's look at CLIQUE. We're ending with what is your higher self? Because the higher self is orchestrating this along with the angels about getting out this karmic situation. So what does your higher self say about these karmic situations that you're supposed to be getting out? For the divine feminine, thank you. What you heard me say. Because I'm free. One card, please. Free falling. Okay. All right. For the divine feminines, you got the number 50. Interesting. Free falling. 5 chains, 0 ending and finishing out a cycle and starting back over again. Brand new. 50. Okay. Okay, free falling. It doesn't get much better than this. Deep radical trust that appearances mean nothing and that you and only you are the captain of your ship. What you say goes. You are in restrained motion and unseen forces are awaiting your command. Okay? All right. Wonderful. All right, so we just right now, they say forget about the illusion about what's being presented and just go ahead and stay the course and create your new reality. And then the universe will do the same thing and support you as well. And just trust and know that these karmic situations are falling apart, are falling to the wayside for a reason, to give birth to something new. Let's henceforth like the baby. The divine masculine. Yours is Sticky Wicket. Number 48. Okay. All right. So we got to get grounded, harmonized. 8, 9, 10, 12, 12, number 12. And we got that together. Makes number 3 again. All that's going to help you with your spirit, soul, and body. Alignment, divine feminine, divine masculine together creates a new energy, which is where you get the number 3 too as well. Sticky Wicket. Proceed with caution. It's a delicate situation, but that doesn't mean there's any real danger. Just a reminder that it's time to pause, to reflect, to appreciate all you have now and all you've about to receive. And that goes back to, again, a surrender, being able to be in wonder and awe. So again, it's a little dangerous times here. You got to kind of, like my grandmother said, you got your hand in the lion's mouth. You got to work real careful to get it out. That, you know, it's not saying you ain't going to get it out of it. You can. Just got to take your time to get out of these karmic situations. And then again, you will be pause and reflect. They talked about your options. What's the next thing you need to do? And then go on ahead and do that, because and then go on with the wonder and awe and say, oh my God, look at all the potentials, all the possibilities that I could do and be my greatness, divine, be with my divine feminine. This is really, really great. Okay, really great times. Okay, all right then. I'm gonna stop right there because we of this 124. Oh, 124, 14. 124 is the sign that says I love you, and it's twins' birthday. But anyway, okay. So now and 22. Oh, 1, 24, 22, and 124. All right. So until next time, this is the reading for I'll say the month of May. Whatever. This is the end of an era, the start of the karmic collapse. I put someone like that. And we had a lot of guides and angels to kind of help on there. Our clique of angels was here to help out and read that. It was a little kind of, but we got it together with this because there's a lot of information as to why the karmic fall has to happen, the karmic ending, crumbling of it. All right, then. If you want to read me, go to my website, www.divineunisoul11. Sorry, that's my old one. .com. Read below down there if I screwed it up and messed it up. Again, 15 minutes, kind of just get a little energy checkup, see where you are as far as union. You can do that. Also, you can email me if you have any questions, comments, or things you just want to talk, because especially in this journey, sometimes it can be a little lonely. You could contact me at divineUnisouls11 at gmail.com. That's another way you could do that as well. Thank you to all of the subscribers as well. We're at 900 and something. Thank you. I would love to get to 1,000, because I heard there's a lot of great things that you can do when you get up to 1,000. So if you get twin flames or Divine Unisouls collective out there, the community, if you can help me to get there, that'd be great. So like, share, comment, tell about the great things that's happening on this channel, as well as your intuitive life spiritual coach. That would be great as well. I love you all. Thank you so very much for the love that I receive, that I can feel while I'm doing this. It motivates me to go on. Remember, when you pour into your readers, you pour into yourself, and then we pour into the collective, and then we pour into the world. Okay, so keep that things in mind when you keep on. Even if you don't hit like or anything, you say, oh my God, I just say prayer. I said love and light to her. That's it. Keep it moving, and that's a beautiful thing, and I will feel it energetically. Okay, all right, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste. Namago.